Lakers rumors. No contract extension offered to LeBron James amid uncertain future. If you are new here, leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers have shared a remarkable journey since joining forces in 2018, a partnership that peaked with a historic NBA championship in the 2020 bubble. But as LeBron approaches the twilight of his legendary career, questions loom larger than ever. Will his final chapter be written in purple and gold? Or will he seek one last shot at glory elsewhere? James has officially opted into his $52.6 million player option for the 2025-26 season, signaling that he's not done yet. But comments from his agent, Rich Paul, have made it clear, if the Lakers aren't in a position to compete for a title, LeBron could seriously consider moving on. For a franchise that prides itself on chasing banners, this puts LA in a delicate spot, trying to win now while also preparing for a future beyond LeBron. And that future might already be taking shape, with league whispers suggesting the front office sees Luka Doncic as a long-term cornerstone and potential next face of the franchise. No extension talks, a telling silence. Unlike previous years, when LeBron and the Lakers regularly engaged in short-term extension talks to tack on an extra year or two, this summer has been different. According to Sam Amick of The Athletic, no discussions have taken place regarding a new deal or a potential extension that would tie LeBron to the Lakers beyond his current contract. Team sources say there have been no discussions between James and the Lakers about any kind of deal, whether an extension or a new contract, that would add years to his time in Los Angeles. Meanwhile, James' camp made it clear months ago, there would be no discounts this time. And to their credit, the Lakers didn't ask for one. This radio silence is more than a contract footnote, it's a message. It suggests the Lakers may be ready to look beyond the LeBron era. And while there's mutual admiration and immense respect between the two sides, their paths may soon diverge. LeBron holds the power, but the clock is ticking. Despite the lack of extension talks, LeBron still holds significant leverage. Thanks to his no-trade clause, he controls his destiny. If he chooses to leave, it will be on his terms, and to a team of his choosing. But whether he stays or goes, one thing is clear, the Lakers are preparing for every possibility. They're walking a tightrope, trying to honor LeBron's final years while keeping their eyes firmly fixed on the future. Lakers' long game, preparing for a new superstar era? One of the most intriguing aspects of this situation is how it ties into the Lakers' broader vision. League insiders believe the team is prioritizing financial flexibility in the coming years. The front office may already be laying the groundwork to pursue another marquee star, perhaps even as soon as next summer. And while Doncic remains locked into a contract with the Dallas Mavericks, persistent rumors suggest the Lakers are quietly watching for any sign of discontent. If an opportunity arises, they want to be ready. Pairing a player like Doncic with a deep supporting cast could usher in a new Lakers dynasty, one built for the next decade. The bottom line. This offseason has made one thing abundantly clear, LeBron's legacy is secure, but his future with the Lakers is anything but. Both sides are keeping their options open, and for good reason. While the King may still reign in Los Angeles for one more year, the winds of change are blowing. Whether his story ends at Crypto.com Arena or somewhere else, this transition period could define the future of the Lakers for years to come. For now, all eyes remain on LeBron, and on a franchise that might just be planning its next bold move. A strategic pause, or the beginning of the end. The decision not to pursue a contract extension could simply be a strategic pause, LeBron leaving his options open, waiting to see how the Lakers handle this critical offseason. But in NBA terms, silence often speaks volumes. After 6 seasons in Los Angeles, it's hard to ignore the possibility that the two sides are slowly preparing to part ways. Internally, the Lakers are said to be weighing all scenarios. They know that one wrong move could alienate LeBron, or worse, waste what could be his final season in the league. But at the same time, they can't afford to be caught flat-footed when the time comes to turn the page. This is why the front office is prioritizing roster flexibility, hoarding draft picks, and avoiding long-term salary commitments. The idea is to stay agile enough to pounce on the next superstar who becomes available, whether that's Luka Doncic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, or another unexpected name that shakes free from their current situation. Bronny's presence adds a new dimension. Meanwhile, LeBron's son, Bronny James, continues to shape the conversation around his father's future. Drafted 55th overall by the Lakers in 2024, Bronny isn't guaranteed a rotation spot, but his presence on the roster is far from symbolic. The Lakers have made it clear they're invested in his development, and LeBron has long said that playing alongside his son would be one of his greatest achievements. Yet, This storyline also raises tough questions. If the Lakers don't give Bronny meaningful minutes or fail to support his growth, could that push LeBron out the door sooner rather than later? And if the team does prioritize Bronny, will it come at the expense of more seasoned talent who could help in a playoff run? The father-son dynamic adds another layer of pressure on the front office, one that no other team in the league has to manage. This isn't just about basketball anymore. It's personal, legacy-driven, and emotionally complex. Reactions across the NBA. Teams watch and wait. Across the league, teams are monitoring the situation in Los Angeles with great interest. Executives are aware that even the slightest sign of discontent from LeBron could spark a bidding war among contenders looking to add one final piece for a championship push. The Miami Heat, Golden State Warriors, and even the New York Knicks have all been loosely linked to LeBron in various speculative scenarios. While no trade talks have been made public, rival front offices are already running salary cap simulations and exploring hypothetical trade packages, just in case. Media pundits and former players have also weighed in. Some, like Kendrick Perkins and JJ Redick, believe LeBron is simply being savvy, buying himself time to see if the Lakers truly commit to building a championship-caliber roster. Others think he's laying the groundwork for an eventual exit, one last move to chase a fifth ring or close out his career on his terms, in a city of his choosing. Legacy moves and long-term vision. One thing remains certain: LeBron James is no ordinary superstar. Every move he makes is deliberate, legacy-focused, and highly calculated. Whether it's orchestrating trades behind the scenes, mentoring Bronny, or eyeing a front office role post-retirement, LeBron has always been more than just a player. He's a brand, a strategist, and a walking blueprint for career longevity. The Lakers, to their credit, know this. They've benefited immensely from LeBron's presence, on the court, in the media, and in the culture of the franchise. But now, they face their biggest test: how to transition smoothly without alienating the very player who helped bring Banner No. 17 back to the rafters. This isn't just the end of a contract, it might be the beginning of a new era. Rich Paul shuts down trade rumors. There have been no trade talks between LeBron and the Lakers. LeBron James sent shockwaves through the NBA this past Sunday after officially opting into his $52.6 million player option for the 2025-26 season. But it wasn't just the move itself that grabbed headlines, it was what came next. In a carefully worded statement, LeBron acknowledged that the Lakers appear to be looking toward the future, building their long-term vision around Luka Doncic. That alone raised eyebrows. Many fans and analysts took it as a subtle sign that James might be open to a trade if the team fails to retool around him this offseason. The Lakers, for their part, have continued to operate under the assumption that LeBron will be back in purple and gold next season. But after the statement's ambiguous tone, pressure is mounting on the front office to surround him with the pieces necessary for another legitimate title run. Rich Paul responds, clearing the air. Shortly after the statement stirred speculation, LeBron's longtime agent and Clutch Sports CEO, Rich Paul, stepped in to clarify the message. Speaking with NBA insider Chris Haynes, Paul was direct: there have been no trade discussions. No trade negotiations with the Lakers. Period. Paul emphasized that LeBron isn't trying to stir controversy or hint at a departure, he simply wants to win, and believes that's still possible in LA. LeBron has several high-level years left. He still wants to compete. He understands that the Lakers are prioritizing Luka Doncic's timeline, and is fully supportive of that. But at the same time, he wants the organization to also prioritize him, to build a team that can win now. That's all he was saying. According to Paul, all the trade chatter from outside voices is pure speculation. There have been no formal discussions about a move, no meetings about an extension, and no ultimatums from LeBron. He opted in with one clear goal in mind: to chase another championship in LA. A misunderstood message, or a calculated reminder? To be fair, the original statement left a lot of room for interpretation. And in today's NBA, where every word is dissected, it's easy to see why people assumed LeBron might be laying the groundwork for an exit. But based on Paul's clarification, it seems the confusion was unintentional, more of a nudge than a threat. James simply wants to make sure the Lakers match his urgency. After all, he's still playing at an elite level, and the window to win is closing. The message was clear: LeBron's not looking to leave, but he's expecting the Lakers to act like contenders, now, not later. Where things stand now. For now, both sides seem aligned. LeBron is staying. The Lakers are active in the off-season market. And with trade exceptions, young assets, and future draft picks at their disposal, they have the tools to make meaningful upgrades. But time is of the essence. The Western Conference is as competitive as ever, and James isn't here for another middling playoff run. Whether it's adding veteran leadership, defensive depth, or even exploring another co-star, the Lakers know the pressure is on. No contract extension offered, another sign of the times. Interestingly, while LeBron has often negotiated short-term extensions following his opt-ins, this time is different. According to reports, there haven't been any talks about adding additional years to his deal. Not even informal ones. That's telling. It suggests that both parties are keeping their options open. It may not be the end of the road just yet, but everyone involved understands that they're approaching the final stretch. And rather than commit to anything long-term, the focus, for now, is on results. What comes next? All eyes will now turn to what the Lakers do this offseason. Will they bring in the reinforcements LeBron needs? Will they strike a balance between building around Luka Doncic's future and honoring LeBron's present? One thing is certain. LeBron James isn't just running out the clock. He's here to compete. And the Lakers, if they want to keep him happy and keep contending, have no choice but to respond. The king has spoken. Now it's time to see what kind of kingdom the Lakers are ready to build. Balancing timelines. Can the Lakers serve two masters? Rich Paul's comments highlighted an increasingly complex challenge for the Lakers. How do you build a team that satisfies both the now of LeBron James and the future of Luka Doncic? While Doncic is not yet a Laker, multiple league insiders suggest that Los Angeles is quietly positioning itself for a future pursuit. Whether it's Doncic or another young superstar, the Lakers are clearly looking beyond the LeBron era. That future focus, however, can't come at the expense of the present. Not while James is still capable of putting up all NBA numbers at 40 years old. The front office now faces one of the most delicate balancing acts in modern NBA history, maximizing the tail end of LeBron's career while also laying the foundation for life after him. This explains the current no-extension stance. It's not necessarily a lack of commitment to LeBron, it's about flexibility. The Lakers want to keep their books clean, preserve cap space, and maintain trade assets in case the next big name becomes available. But it's a high-wire act that could backfire if not handled with care. Inside the Lakers' off-season strategy. Sources around the league say the Lakers have been aggressively exploring the trade market since the end of the 2024 postseason. They've made it known that no one outside of Anthony Davis is truly untouchable. Players like Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, and D'Angelo Russell have all been mentioned in exploratory talks. The team has also expressed interest in adding experienced role players and shooters. Names like Malcolm Brogdon, Jerami Grant, and even a possible reunion with Kyle Kuzma have floated around front offices. The goal is to build a roster that complements both LeBron's game and Anthony Davis' versatility, while leaving enough room for future flexibility. But make no mistake, this summer will likely define the next 5 years of Lakers basketball. Get it right, and they extend their window with LeBron while setting the stage for the next era. Get it wrong, and they risk alienating the most iconic player of his generation, while falling further behind in a loaded Western Conference. LeBron's influence still reigns supreme. Even without formal extension talks or trade requests, LeBron still wields considerable power. His presence alone shifts the dynamics in the locker room, the front office, and the league. Any hesitation from the Lakers to invest heavily in a win-now approach sends ripples through the basketball world, and he knows it. Some around the NBA believe this entire saga, statement, speculation, and clarification, is a calculated power play. A soft reminder from LeBron and Rich Paul that he may be 40, but is still the engine that drives this franchise. And if the Lakers aren't all in, someone else will be. Fan reactions, hope, concern, and anticipation. Among LakerNation, the mood is mixed. Many fans remain optimistic, seeing LeBron's opt-in as a sign that he's not done chasing glory in Los Angeles. Others are more cautious, reading between the lines and bracing for a potential farewell tour. Social media has been ablaze with speculation, debates, and trade machine fantasies. Knicks fans are dreaming of a Madison Square Garden send-off. Warriors fans are revisiting rumors of a LeBron Curry super team. And in Cleveland, the idea of a third LeBron era has sparked nostalgia and excitement. But for now, LeBron is still a Laker, and the ball is in the front office's court. What comes next? A defining summer. The next few weeks could prove pivotal. The Lakers must act decisively in free agency, make smart trades, and show they're still serious about contending. LeBron doesn't need promises, he needs results. If the team manages to strike the right balance, the 2025-26 season could be something special. LeBron's 23rd year, Bronny's rookie campaign, and one last run toward banner no. 18. If not, the King may choose to take his crown elsewhere, and the Lakers will be forced to reckon with the end of an unforgettable era. NBA rumors. LeBron James' contract decision puts pressure on Pelinka. In a move that many had seen coming for weeks, LeBron James has reportedly decided to pick up his player option for the 2025-26 NBA season, according to ESPN's Shams Charania. This marks the final year of his current deal, worth a staggering $52.6 million. And while there's no official word yet, there's little to suggest it'll be his last run in the league. LeBron has until Monday, June 30th, to officially accept or decline the option on his contract with the Los Angeles Lakers. But according to sources close to the four-time champion, the decision has already been made. He's staying and cashing in. LeBron is all in, but on his terms. Unlike last season, when LeBron agreed to take a $3 million pay cut to give GM Rob Pelinka some breathing room in free agency, this time, he's not leaving any money on the table. He's earned that right. But that decision puts the ball squarely in Pelinka's court. Last season's gamble didn't pay off. Despite cap sacrifices, the team failed to bring in a major piece. Even Luka Doncic, who was reportedly made available in a rare opportunity, didn't land in LA. Instead, the Lakers bowed out in the first round of the playoffs, losing in just 5 games to the Timberwolves. Now it's Pelinka's puzzle to solve. Assuming LeBron's decision holds, Pelinka now faces a high-stakes challenge: rebuild a competitive roster around a 40-year-old superstar and a $53 million contract, all while staying under the NBA's harsh luxury tax limits. LeBron alone takes up over a third of the league's $141 million salary cap. Luka Doncic, with his $43 million salary, takes up another huge chunk. That leaves Pelinka with about $74 million to sign more than a dozen players and find a much-needed defensive anchor in the frontcourt. And that's not all. Austin Reeves is also reportedly planning to decline his player option, eyeing a deal in the $40 million per season range, numbers that resemble Luka's contract. However, under current rules, the Lakers can only offer up to $90 million over 3 years. Money isn't the problem, the rules are. After the Lakers' blockbuster $10 billion sale, it's clear the organization isn't short on cash. But even for one of the NBA's richest franchises, there's no bypassing league rules and penalties. Exceed the salary cap, and the fines hit hard. Blow past the luxury tax threshold, $170 million, and things get even messier. The smart play for Pelinka? Target versatile, high-impact role players, the kind who can support stars without breaking the bank. That's the only path forward if the Lakers hope to contend while staying financially sane. One thing's for sure, with LeBron opting in, the pressure is on. The window is still open, but it's closing fast. A tightrope act ahead of free agency. With free agency just around the corner, the Lakers front office is walking a financial tightrope. Every move must be precise. Every dollar spent must bring immediate value. Pelinka's challenge isn't just about filling roster spots. It's about building a roster that can win now, with aging stars and limited flexibility. There's also pressure from within. After back-to-back disappointing playoff exits, internal frustration is reportedly growing. LeBron, who has never shied away from voicing his expectations, wants to compete for championships, not just make postseason appearances. And now, at 40, time is no longer a luxury. Bronny James factor, a family affair. Another subplot that can't be ignored is the presence of Bronny James. Drafted by the Lakers late in the second round, Bronny's arrival has raised eyebrows, not just for the father-son narrative, but for the potential implications on roster construction and playing time. While many see Bronny as a developmental project, his presence alone could factor into how minutes, mentorship, and rotations are managed next season. The Lakers have never been shy about big narratives, and this one is already writing itself. The first father-son duo in NBA history could share the floor, a legacy moment that would dominate headlines and drive ticket sales. But for a team in win-now mode, balancing sentiment with competitiveness is a dangerous game. If Bronny isn't ready for real NBA minutes, it will only increase pressure on Pelinka to surround the roster with dependable veterans who can carry the load. The clock is ticking, and the league is watching. The rest of the league is also keeping a close eye on Los Angeles. Rival GMs know the Lakers are backed into a corner: high payroll, limited draft capital, aging core. Trade offers and free agent negotiations may come with a Lakers tax, where teams and agents demand more knowing LA is desperate to stay relevant. Fans, too, are growing restless. After the team's last title in 2020, excitement has slowly turned into impatience. A strong off-season is not just a basketball necessity, it's a PR requirement. The LeBron era is nearing its final chapter, and the organization can't afford to waste it. So what happens now? All eyes are on PELINKA. Can he clear enough cap space to bring in a true impact player, potentially via sign-and-trade or clever maneuvering? Can the Lakers resist the urge to chase another superstar and instead focus on depth, defense, and team chemistry? Will LeBron's commitment inspire other free agents to take discounts for a shot at a title? Or will this be the season we look back on as the beginning of the end? With LeBron opting in, the Lakers have one more shot to make it count. But as the pressure mounts and the margin for error narrows, the next few weeks could very well define the franchise's future for years to come.